Today we're talking about a commander who once struck fear into their opponents as soon as they were on the battlefield, and their precon came with a brand new mana rock that became an instant commander staple. That's right, we're talking about Chulane, Teller of Tales. Let's do this. Chulane, Teller of Tales is 5 mana, 2 green, white and blue for a legendary creature human druid that's a 2/4 with vigilance. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. 3 mana and tap, return target creature you control to its owner's hand. Very simple, yet very effective. Our goal with this deck is really quite simple. We want to play creatures. We want to play creatures that ramp, we want to play creatures that draw us cards, we want to play creatures that make more creatures, we want to play creatures that buff our creatures. Playing creatures within a Chulane deck is what generates you the value and why this deck is quite broken, really. We can't just play any type of mana dork, as we need access to all of our colours, ideally by turn 4, to get Chulane down a turn early. So we can use Birds of Paradise, Delighted Halfling and Noble Hierarch to give us access to all colours. Also note there is no Soul Ring, Talisman or Signets within this build, as we want as many creatures in the deck as possible to constantly trigger Chulane in the early, mid and late game. Also Bane of Progress. We're running Farseek, Nature's Law and 3 Visits to help us colour fix our lands. And in the 2 mana slot for our colour fixers, we have Paradise Druid, Incubation Druid and Ornithopter of Paradise. Consistency within card draw is everything, and using creatures gives us plenty of options to make that possible. Esper Sentinel, Archivist of Ogmar and Fearing Mastermind all allow for consistent card draw depending on what our opponents are doing. Tribute to the World Tree, Beast Whisperer and Guardian Project give us more cards when we play more creatures, just like Chulane. Sylvan Library gives us a way to play 2 or 3 cards deeper than we would normally. And Return of the Wild Speaker, Shamanic Revelation give us a nice amount of burst draw in the late game. We're also running Enduring Curiosity because, well, we're obviously attacking with all these creatures that we're playing, and Tatiova to squeeze out some more value from those extra land drops we'll be playing. For removal, we're using Caustic Caterpillar, Haywire Mite and Insidious Fungus because, well, they are creatures but also removal spells, so we can quite easily block with them and then sacrifice them and remove something on the board all at the same time. Pungify, Rapid Hybridization and Swords to Plowshare all allow us to remove any pesky creatures in our way while we're attacking. Beast Within, Generous Gift and Meteor Golem can get rid of any permanent or non-land permanent we seem worthy of our opponent's graveyard. And also, we're particularly weak to flyers in this deck, so we're going to slide in Whirlwind, a fantastic green board wipe that no one ever talks about. And also, because we're not running any artifacts and minimal enchantments, Bane of Progress is fantastic in this deck, making sure we have a big creature and nobody else has any utility. Because we have a big board state with all of these creatures, we are going to need to protect it. Heroic Intervention, Boromir, Warden of the Tower and Flawless Maneuver allow us to bypass any destruction-based board wipes. Veil of Summer keeps our entire board state safe from targeted removal, and should any of our stuff actually get sent to the graveyard, Bala Ged Recovery and Eternal Witness will bring it right back for us to play again. We have so many options available to us when it comes to overrun effects and winning within this deck. Crater Hoof and Moonshaker Cavalry are our go-to creatures for this type of effect in this deck, followed by Finale of Devastation and Invasion of Ikoria, which will let us assign all combat damage as if we weren't blocked once it's been flipped. Like all decks, we need some support to help our deck be consistent in what it wants to do. Some more key cards that really help keep this game plan afloat are Tauren's Fist of the Angels, Primeval Bounty and Rampaging Baloth to make use of all these extra land drops, as well as God Eternal Oketra, who is an entire threat and board state on their own once we start casting more creatures. Oh, and I can't forget Kodama of the East Tree. Every permanent that goes into the battlefield gives us another chance of putting another permanent on the battlefield. And yes, that does include these tokens, which means adding a bounce land, and oops, you've just gone infinite. Moving on to the stats of the deck, as you can see, this is not our usual mana curve. We are pretty heavy in the 1, 2 and 3 drops, and then pretty flat from here on with the 4+ mana spells. Our average mana value in the deck is 3.03, and we are mostly green, splashing white and blue. This is to support the amount of green that we need. We are currently running 15 ramp spells in the deck, so that does mean we have about a 74.5% chance to draw one or more of them by turn 1, And with the 15 card draw spells in the deck, we have around a 85.3% chance to draw one or more of those by turn 4, meaning we can then cast Chulane quite easily and continue to refill our hand from that point onwards in the game. And there we go. What do you think on this modern take on Chulane? Is he still a threat, kill on sight worthy, or is everything just power crept him out of the game? Let me know down in the comments below. Maybe let me know as well some cards that you would add or cut, or if I'm off on anything here. Please do share all your ideas, because I do just love talking about Commander decks. If you want to see more deck techs like this, I did one the other week, just here. And if you would like to subscribe to see more content like this, you can click over here. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support as always, and I shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.